Ancient Egypt, a civilization shrouded in both wonder and mystery, the towering pyramids, the cryptic hieroglyphs, the gods that ruled their lives. For over 3,000 years, Egypt stood as the beacon of power and innovation. But what really lies beneath the sands of time? Are we sure we know everything about this ancient world, or are there still secrets waiting to be unearthed? Join us as we embark on a journey through the rise, glory, and enigmatic decline of ancient Egypt, uncovering the stories they never told you in history class. The Nile, a river over 4,000 miles long, but for ancient Egypt, it was much more than water. The annual floods of the Nile created the most fertile soil on Earth, allowing Egypt to flourish while other civilizations struggled to survive. But here's the real question. Was the Nile just a natural wonder, or did the Egyptians believe it had divine power? The Egyptians saw the river as a living god. Every year, they would give offerings to Hapi, praying for the floods that would ensure their survival. Without these floods, there would be no food, no trade, and no Egypt. But how did this deep connection to the river lead to one of the most powerful and advanced civilizations in history? To find the answer, we need to go back over 5,000 years, to the very beginning. It all began with the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt, two rival lands brought together by a single man, Narmer. Around 3100 BC, Narmer, the first pharaoh, declared himself the ruler of a united Egypt. But how did he manage to pull off this incredible feat? Some say it was through sheer force, while others believe it was his divine right, bestowed upon him by the gods. This moment marked the dawn of the Old Kingdom, a time when Egypt became a land of god-kings, or pharaohs, rulers who were considered divine beings on earth. And it's here, in this age of divine rulers, that the obsession with immortality began. What did they fear so deeply that led them to build the most famous monuments in the world? The answer lies in the pyramids. The pyramids, towering structures that have captivated humanity for centuries. Built over 4,500 years ago, these massive tombs were constructed for one purpose: to ensure that the pharaohs could live forever. But here's something that might surprise you. We still don't fully understand how they were built. The Great Pyramid of Giza, for instance, is made of over 2 million blocks of stone, each weighing as much as a car. The precision with which these stones were cut and placed defies explanation, even with today's technology. Were the Egyptians using advanced techniques we've lost to history, or was there something else at play? And then there's the Sphinx, a monument that has stood guard for millennia. Half lion, half human, it remains one of the most mysterious structures on Earth. What was its real purpose? Is it hiding something beneath the surface? The Old Kingdom may have been built on the promise of immortality, but no empire lasts forever. Around 2181 BC, Egypt was thrown into chaos, and for over a century, the land was ruled by warlords and famine. But just when it seemed like Egypt might fade into obscurity, something remarkable happened. By 2050 BC, Egypt was reborn. This was the Middle Kingdom, a period of unprecedented prosperity and culture, often called Egypt's Golden Age. But it wasn't just gold and riches that made this era special. It was a time of innovation, art, and literature. From irrigation systems that transformed the desert into farmland, to new forms of writing that gave birth to epic tales like the Tale of Sinuhe, Egypt thrived as never before. The pharaohs during this time not only rebuilt their nation, but expanded it, pushing their borders and growing their influence across the ancient world. But no golden age can last forever. Around 1800 BC, Egypt once again faced decline, and it wasn't until the New Kingdom that it would rise to become the most powerful empire the world had ever seen. This was the New Kingdom, Egypt, at its peak. From 1550 BC onward, Egypt wasn't just a civilization, it was an empire. Pharaohs like Thutmose III and Ramses II led armies that expanded Egypt's borders far beyond the Nile, claiming lands as far as the Euphrates River in the north and Nubia in the south. But they didn't just conquer, they built. Temples like Karnak and Luxor weren't just religious centers, they were symbols of Egyptian supremacy, towering over the desert as a reminder to the world of who ruled the ancient landscape. By 1070 BC, the glory days of Egypt were over. Internal conflicts, foreign invasions, and weakened pharaohs left Egypt vulnerable to outside forces. The once great empire fell into a spiral of decline as the Nubians, Libyans, and eventually the Persians seized control. In 332 BC, Alexander the Great arrived in Egypt, ending over 3,000 years of independent rule. Egypt became part of his vast empire, and eventually, after Cleopatra's famous demise, it became a province of the Roman Empire. But even in decline, Egypt's legacy was far from over. Today, Egypt's legacy still echoes through the ages. From its architectural marvels to its contributions to art, science, and religion, ancient Egypt remains one of the most influential civilizations in history. Even now, we continue to uncover secrets buried beneath the sands, reminding us that history is never truly lost. It's just waiting to be discovered. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time. If you enjoyed unraveling the mysteries of ancient Egypt, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. There's much more to explore, and together we'll continue uncovering the wonders of history.